listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and do best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Offense in the first half.
Our lack of defense, you just got to find more effort, more physicality defensively. They were just a more aggressive team, more competitive team overall from start to finish. But gave up, I think, 35 in the first quarter. Couldn't get stops, couldn't get out and run. Obviously, their switching slowed us down a bit. Had a hard time getting downhill to finish. When we did, we couldn't finish, had a hard time finishing tonight. But it really starts with our defense. We've got to find a way to start games with a physical edge. And obviously, it's my job to get them there.
How is that lineup change? Is that like how do you think you go about doing that?
I think you got to find a group that is willing to commit to that. And that's my job, is to find a group that's willing to defend and play the right way and compete and have urgency, especially on the defensive end. If you want to be a defensive team, ultimately we need to be that, and I've got to find a group that can defend.
What did it surprise you that the offense was as slow? I know it was because of defense, but that seemed to be at least one thing that had been stronger in these last week and a half or so.
Yeah, it did surprise me. I thought we'd get out and run and do some more things, and maybe when you're bleeding defensively, it affects the offensive end. So, but in general, our offense was stagnant too. We could have been much better offensively, but we got to start on the defensive end.
Coach, irrelevant of tonight's Carlos performance, what do you think are the things that he needs to work on more, or what where do you see potential improvement in his game, or something that he needs to still improve on?
Yeah, I think look, he plays extremely hard. He's working. He's growing every day. I love his skill set. Obviously, he's growing in all facets of the game, especially defensively, just finding an edge for him defensively. The rebounding is big, for him. It's an area I'm really pushing him on, staying in front of the ball and rebounding the ball defensively. Offensively, making good decisions. When he has the ball in his hands, we got to trust him with the ball in his hands, and he's got to make better decisions there.
And just one hypothetical question. I know he has team option for next year. FIBA windows start right after the season, late June, early July. Are you one of the coaches that are proponents of people playing in the summer, or you're the other kind of
bro,
coach,
who cares?
Where,
Come on, bro.
you would
FIBA question, bro. Who cares?
Want him to potentially get injured, or God forbid.
Well, I never want your players to get injured, but those are great opportunities for a young guy like Carlo. They take a lot of pride in playing for their country. So if it makes sense for him and for us, obviously I would support it. Thank you.
I guess you can ask about FIBA when the Pelicans get hammered by 18 and they were down by as much as 28 in the game. I guess a FIBA question would be an interesting question to ask, be a valid question to ask. Shout out to the fan. Appreciate y'all being
Brooklyn Nets, who pretty much are in the same boat as you. They're about just as sorry as us, right?
And Michael Porter, fresh back off the injury, hammers the Pelicans with 35 points in 33 minutes. Another lackluster affair by the Pels. You hear our coach, interim coach Borrego presser as the Pelicans go down yet again. Another tough loss by our Pels, and we can't stop the bleeding tonight. This is another loss, man. Pelicans now losers of 6 in a row. Next matchup is against the Spurs. It's not going to be easy, but yet and still, these are some tough times. Let's get right into it, DC, man. We're not going to do a long, drawn-out show on his Pelicans fall yet again. They're 3-21 on the season in the matchup, man. It's just not a good look for our Pelicans. They did its 3-point shooting was 9-25, 36%. They were at 45% from the field at 37-82. They did hit 82% of their free throws, 18-22. They lost the rebound game as well. They are also were out assisted by 6. They won the steal game 9-6, lost 3-7 on the blocks. They did have 17 turnovers, gave a point up on the turnover versus Brooklyn's 20 for 24. They won the fast break game and lost the points in the paint. This was one of these type of games where they weren't in it from start to finish, in my estimation. They started in the hole and they stayed in the hole pretty much. Trey Murphy tonight was 23 points, 10 of 7 from the 17 from the field. There were 2 of 7 from downtown, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for Trey Murphy. Led the Pels, 18 from Saddiq Bey in 33 minutes, 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown, perfect from the foul line. Bryce McGowens for 24 minutes had 16 points on 5 of 8 shooting from the field. To go along with it. Jay Fears, 33 minutes, 14 points. Kind of struggled a bit from the field at 4 of 16. Was 0 for 3 from downtown, but 6 of 7 from the foul line. Had 5 assists to go along with those 14 points. Derek Queen, not too much of a night scoring-wise. He only took 5 shots, finished with 6 points in 26 minutes, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. To go along with a steal and a block. Off the bench, not much to talk about. Top guy was Jose Alvarado in 30 minutes. He finished with 9.6 assists to go along with 4 steals and 4 turnovers for Jose, 6 for Jordan Hawkins in 14 minutes. He hit a couple of 3-pointers as well. Carlo Mekovic also played 11 minutes, 3 points and 2 boards for him. Eves played, not much shaking with him, 4 points and 6 rebounds. And PV in 16 minutes, 2 points, 2 assists, not much shaking, as the Nets blast Pels by 18 points to climb the 6-17. Pels free fall to 321. DC, floor is yours.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, this didn't go the way I thought it would go, but I definitely thought the Pels could lose this game. But I did not have them being down by 28 on my bingo card. Didn't think that was a thing. And not only did we have a floating quarter, we had a floating pair of quarters tonight, Q. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
The first and the second quarter were abysmal. Like, they just didn't get up to the game. I don't know if they was jet lagged. I don't know if Jose invited them to the rest of his family and they had too much Puerto Rican soul food or something. But it just was a horrible showing, man. Nobody other than Trey had a good performance tonight. And, I mean, that was the emptiest 21 points I've ever seen. Just unimpactful. But, you know, this is the bottom. If you're looking at where the bleeding stops and all of that, when can they turn it around? After watching a game like this, there is no turning it around, man. You know, you still got Jordan Poole, who hasn't played in a month, and you talking about what was it? He had a contusion. You had Herb, who had a back injury one day, and then the next day it switches to a calf, and he ain't played in a month. It's like, what the hell is going on, man? So it's painfully obvious, you know, to everybody that they don't care about winning. Don't think I really look at this season. Did they ever really care about winning? We're just going to have to let it all play out to see what all of this is about, because there's so many weird things going on. And for them to come out and lose to the Brooklyn Nets by 18 points, you have no business losing to the Brooklyn Nets by 18 points. Okay, you lose to the Brooklyn Nets. They're better than us, we said. But, man, 18 to the Brooklyn Nets. And then we get this damn press conference up there with James Borrego and these weird ass set of questions. There's no accountability, no calling anything out. Nobody seems to be upset. Everybody's okay with losing. So as long as we have this type of mentality, this is the results we're gonna get.
Yeah, results, which a lot of us don't like. You mentioned the Jordan Poole thing. I don't know what's going on with the Jordan Poole thing. It wasn't supposed to be drawn out the quad for the month. He was cleared to practice, and it's not playing. So that is another thing. His 17 points a game could help. Joe Dumars and the leadership are noticeably absent. They're avoiding these questions of what the direction is of what the team is. Nobody knows. Next up, man, we have the San Antonio Spurs, who are 15-17, 6-5 on the road. Pelicans come back home, 3 for 21. It's just ridiculous. 3-21, 2-11 at home. The Pelicans have lost both these games against the Spurs, 120-116 and 126-119. And we don't exactly know if any of these guys are going to play. Herb Jones was supposed to come back early December. He's not back. Jordan Poole is still out as well. We know Zion Williamson is not going to play until, I believe, into 2026. And DeJounte Murray, I think he'll play before Zion Williamson. I said this before. So, I mean, it's just they need some firepower. Borrego, we talked about this, being that he is a better strategist or a better explainer of the game, but at some point the team is thoroughly demoralized and not picking up what's going down. I mean, the open 3-point shots are plenty, and it's just really disgusting because this is a trend that follows us every game. Wide open 3-point shots are plenty, and like I said, your boy got out there fresh off an injury and cooked the Pelicans. That guy just got back from injury, Michael Porter Jr., and played 35 minutes and cooked the Pelicans for 35 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. But plus 31, he shot 5 of 10 from downtown and cooked the Pelicans. It's the Brooklyn Nets, for God's sake. It's the Brooklyn Nets, but they are, you might as well consider them the OKC Thunder, to where the Pelicans play everybody. We see them make everybody better, except for this is the Spurs. The next matchup is against the Spurs. Let's go right into it, man. We already know we lose 6 in a row. We've already lost the 2 previous ones to this team. They're saying Victor Wembanyama is out for this game. Castle is a game time decision. But what happens here, man? What happens with this?
What do you mean what happens here? We just watched this massacre on a Saturday, man. They had the audacity to show this. Man, it's almost like a waste of the middle of my day, man. You know what else I could have been doing on Saturday? Yeah, it was cold and rainy, but there's so many other things I could have been doing. But I sat down and watched this shit show. And I'm supposed to believe or get behind here and say that we have a chance of beating the Spurs? Even when you say Victor Wembanyama is out, right?
Yes.
I don't think it matters.
It does.
It do not matter, man. We're not beating this team, bro. There's something drastic that has to happen for the Pels to get a win at this point. Maybe when we play Chicago, what is that, at the end of the week or something? I think they play the Spurs. They get 3 days off, and then they play Chicago again. They beat Chicago before, so maybe they're able to beat Chicago again. Apparently, this is one of the only teams they can beat. So I don't see them beating the Spurs at all. The Spurs have lost Coach Pop. That's right. Spurs have lost Coach Pop, and they still haven't lost their discipline, their ability to be able to strategize, their ability to be able to play the right way, man. So the Pels are a team that doesn't do that. We don't stand a chance against the Spurs without some more talent. Injection of talent, because we cannot go out there and execute on a level of them, man. My man, what is this? Brian Guy, 8986. The IQ of this Pels team is so low. That's right. Low, right? You know, baby. So it's yeah. You want to do the rest of the show? Yeah, man. So I don't see. It's funny. I don't see them getting a dub against the Spurs, my man. No way, no how. Actually, they might as well move the percentage on the matchup indicator just to 99.9%, just to give them that 0.1% of a chance of a miracle.
Yeah, this is not a good season, man. A lot of optimism for the Pelicans to turn things around drastically went down. Leadership held on to the old coach. And now we're in these streets, man. This is by far, I have to say, the worst season of professional basketball we've had down here in the city of New Orleans.
I think last season, man. I was just talking to my wife about this, man. Like last season was worse, right? Statistically, you would think this is actually worse. This is worse than last.
This is worse, bro.
At least last season, we knew when we were losing, we had the possibility of having extremely high draft picks. Yeah, there's nothing to look forward to. I just be wishing Jeremiah Ferris and Derek Queen could take like 20 shots each. Let's just see where that goes, because that's all we really have to look forward to at this point.
Yeah, this is horrible, man. It's a horrible situation. Let me add this in before we get ready to kind of close stream. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button, man. Hit the subscribe button, man. We up in this thing. PPR representing the Flock and Nation, man. It's just ridiculous, man. What's up, Stay? Shout out to you guys, man. This is something by Evan Sitzberry that he put out there for the Pelicans as well. Contending teams are planning to target Herb Jones on the trade market and are very prepared to make aggressive pitches to the Pelicans. With New Orleans not owning a 2026 first-round pick at 3-21, they can net a strong pool of assets in return for an elite 3 ND wing in Jones. So and there's multiple reports circulating around with the likes of Trey Murphy and all this other stuff with the Pelicans. They're anticipating a fire sale. Quick thoughts on this before we depart.
I mean, they're not wrong. With the way things are going, what other option do we have? Like, maybe they have some grand plan that they're trying to work on and see through that just look like trash right now. But my man Wallace Smith here, he just asked me, he's like, what do you think they need to do to get on the winning side of things? And I would say the only way they're going to get on the winning side of things, my man, is if they... Well, let me decode that. My daughter had the answer, you know what I'm saying? So I say, she said the only way they're gonna get on the winning side of things is to go ahead and just you trade people to the highest bidder, man, and get picks. If you can get back into the 2026 draft, if you can get a Desmond Bain type trade for Trey Murphy, like you actually do a rebuild and start over. If you're not gonna do that, and you're just sold that you can make this work for whatever reason, the only other thing they can do is pull off a trade, and they would have to swing for the fences. If you're smart, you try to get involved in the Giannis trade and see if you can be a team that maybe can reap something on that side of things, and see what you can get back that way. I mean, other than that, what else you gonna do? My man Wallace said, "Thank you, Mama."
Yeah, that's a part of it, though, bro. We definitely have to.
Baby says you're welcome.
What's interesting, man, is that at the end of the day, man, we talked about this Zion Williamson experiment in New Orleans is officially over. You know, we still have him on the team, but ultimately the mindset now that the management will begin the process of seeing what they can get for him as they resituate the team. It's going to be tearing it down, and then the assets surrounding Zion Williamson that were brought in here to win ultimately are going to be used to a degree to build up again the young squad that we have, which is Fears and Queen, which is why Joe Dumars made the move. If Zion didn't work like in previous regimes, it didn't. He kind of made some moves to give him assets to see if the team could compete. Well, it didn't work. Zion got hurt. These other guys got hurt that surround Zion Williamson. And it's time to get these guys out of here, man. It's too much money that's being spent on guys like Herb Jones, like DeJounte Murray, Jordan Poole, Zion. It's well over $100 million of salary from the Pelicans spent on players that are not helping this team in any capacity, as opposed to just being, I guess they help them as being cheerleaders, very expensive ones off the bench. But outside of that, ain't nothing shaking, man. It's nothing shaking. So these guys that were brought in with the idea to help Zion become some leader that he obviously could not fulfill and do, then and I'm for it, man, because we've given you enough time. We've given them 7 years to get this stuff straight. And the man don't even, like we talked a bit about this on the last show. The man don't even have a mid-range shot, bro. He don't even have a mid-range shot, bro. But got all these other little chicks running around here. All this little drama, but he got no mid-range shot.
He got a mid-range, a short range, and a long range shot. When you talking about them chicks, you heard me?
All right. Well, that don't help us on the floor, though, brother. That don't help us at all.
What you talking about?
Well, that don't help us on the floor, brother. That's what I'm saying. That might be something somewhere else, but that's not helping us win no games. Let's just keep it all the way trill. So in the end,
Borrego say he was in the film session. He was motivating the team. He had a positive, upbeat attitude. He was smiling.
Is that worth $39 million? Is that worth $39 million? Because I'd be upbeat and smiling and happy too if I was making $39 million for smashing my ass and barely playing. I mean, I would be smiling too if that was the case, man. But eventually, you gotta step up. If you the man, if this is your team, then you have to handle it like a star. And like I said, I just don't see a lot of that in Zion Williamson, man. It's over with. We've given it enough time, and it's time to move on. And I applaud it. And I applaud Joe Dumars doing what he did and getting these young players who are very skilled. And let's see what we can build around these guys.
I'm not out on Joe Dumars like a lot of people are right now. They act like based on the trade and what he should just be fired and all that. Hindsight, looking at this trade, at least right now, it don't look like the smartest thing in the world to do that without having the protection. But
the collapse happened early. That's the weird part about it. Like, we have to deal with this for the rest of the year. That's the stanky part about it. Like, we looking at it and we saying, hey man, this is a situation where we just have to watch all this bad basketball for all this time, and these guys getting paid and a lot of money, and we just not seeing anything they have 3 wins, man, on 24 games. 3 wins. And it's just ridiculous. But anyway, with that being said, we're gonna get ready to kind of leave on about here, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all for being on this episode of PPR. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the share button, man. The Pelicans go down again, blasted by the Brooklyn Nets, 119-101. They fall to 3-21 on the season. The next game is on Monday, and unfortunately, we will be here to cover this train wreck. This is definitely a train wreck of a season.
Well, maybe it can be competitive, Q. I gave him a 99.9% chance to win, but I think maybe we could have a game worth watching.
Don't come.
We can look at some developmental minutes.
Well, developmental. That's all you can really shoot for right now is developmental.
Like watching the G League game, man. You ain't really worried about this stuff.
Yeah, expensive one. All right, so with that being said, we're going to get on here, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Much love to the fam and the flock. We're going to holler at you on the next one. Much love, peace, and go Pels.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network. For all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell him that. Fly down, Pelicans forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always saying, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never. Say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thewhodatdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thewhodatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below.